I'm Tom Layson, and this is a Northwest Now Extra. After years of sitting on the sidelines, a lot of millennials are ready to buy homes. And here in Western Washington, they're part of the reason we're seeing soaring prices and multiple offers. It's not just buyers either. Rents are skyrocketing in Seattle, and that has pushed people all the way to Kitsap County, for instance, where speculators are buying up apartment buildings, investing millions, and raising rents. For buyers, though, bidding wars on home purchases are common, particularly in King County. And for young buyers who've never been through this before, it is a real shock to the system. Jared Finnegan and Allison Andrews are both 27 and both out of grad school with several years of work in digital analytics and engineering under their belts. That's the kind of resume it takes to buy a home even well south of Seattle these days, where $500,000 doesn't go very far and often won't stand up to bidding pressure.
Through here, guys, we have the kitchen.
8 months into their quest to buy, this couple has looked at 75 homes and made offers on several, only recently seeing a little more inventory come up for sale, which they hope will help them finally place a winning bid.
We're definitely seeing it come up, but it's still really, really hard. I mean, we've been looking for such a long time. We put in a couple offers, and, to go so far over asking and still not get it is so emotionally draining. So we get really
excited. Put a lot into it before you put in that offer, and then when you don't get it, you just kind of want to give up.
Yeah.
More than 60% of homes are selling above the asking price, so it's just a situation where a lot of demand is poured into the market, not necessarily a lot more people are listing their homes for sale, and it's just been driving the competitive conditions quite a bit.
For a lot of folks, it's hard. I mean, the reality is we're touring these homes and we're dealing with a very personal part of people's lives. This is the idea of home. This is where we're going to feel safe. This is where we're going to potentially raise a family. And so when folks start picking out bedrooms and things like that, in a competitive market, it's very rare that we win on the first time. It's rare that we win on the second time. And so it can be really difficult for people to start imagining their lives somewhere and then have that potentially ripped away.
It's a classic supply and demand problem for Jared and Allison. There's a lot of pent-up demand with a relatively small supply of houses for sale, especially in Seattle, where 75% of the listings catch multiple offers.
The problem we have in Seattle here is we have a very large pool of buyers, very well qualified buyers. And we're a small city going to a big city, and we've got a shortage of inventory, shortage of homes for sale.
We still haven't seen nationwide a big increase in millennial household formation. But Seattle's been bucking that trend a little bit. It's one of the few markets that we're tracking where we've actually seen an increase in the number of clients who are buying their first home.
It's a heck of a situation to be in trying to buy a first home. With sales happening in hours and every new sale driving prices higher, Jared and Allison are under pressure to pull the trigger quickly, and that's not a fun way to buy a house.
He is the type of person who needs to look at all of his options, and in the housing market you don't have that option, right? It's like, let's look at this house, do you like it? Okay, cool, let's put an offer. If not, let's keep going. You can't compare 5 or 10 things. You really don't have that luxury. It's if you don't put an offer in the next couple days, it's going to be gone.
So you might be asking, why don't these two head further out? The answer is that the millennials just aren't as thrilled as the boomers and Gen Xers were when it comes to big homes on big properties with big commutes. It's a demographic shift that promises to change real estate for years to come.
As far as millennials are concerned, their virtues and values are a bit different than the generation previously. They're not looking for a gigantic home with 5 bedrooms in the suburbs. We're more looking for a home where we can walk downstairs and maybe go to a restaurant or something like that. We don't want a huge commute. We want to be able to get to work and maybe not have to spend our entire lives in our cars, things like that.
So Jared and Allison will keep looking, keep bidding, and hoping they can build a lifestyle that will somehow match the sacrifices they made to get educated and put off forming a household.
Where do you see yourself a year from now?
Hopefully in a house.
To see our full discussion about Western Washington's hot real estate market, be sure to look in the Northwest Now section of kbtc.org. Northwest Now airs Friday nights at 7:30 right here on KBTC. And be sure to look for more stories just like this one by following us on Facebook and Twitter at Northwest Now.